Welcome back to The Brave Teacher. My name is Ryan and I have 14 years of experience in the childcare space and I am a child and youth worker. Today we are going to cover what do you do when a kid says, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I can't do it, and I'm not going to be anything. That is what we're going to cover today. In my experience, what are my tips and tricks? So let's get at it. So I can't count how many times that I've been with a child and they'll say, Ryan, I'm dumb. Ryan, I'm not smart enough. Ryan, I'm not good enough when it comes to sports or tests or being a friend. Now, this is something that I've had years and years had to wonder, how can I address this issue? And I always bring it back, and it's a great teachable moment, to my favorite guy when it comes to teaching children how to be inquisitive, how to become knowledgeable, my main man, Socrates. Now, he always told everyone around him that he only knew one thing for certain, and that is he knew nothing at all. Now, that's not to say Socrates was not a smart person. He is considered among most the smartest person to ever live. So why would someone so smart tell everyone he knew nothing? Well, Socrates understood that the less you knew, or the less that you put out that you knew in the world, the more that you could learn. The less you said you knew about a subject, the more someone would tell you. The more questions you asked, even if you were unsure or you thought you knew the answer, the more you could learn about a subject. So when a kid says, I'm not good enough or I'm not smart enough, I tell them, great, that's such an opportunity. You should be excited not only that you don't have the confidence yet, because it's there, the drive is there, the wanting to be smarter, the wanting to be better is in them. But the ego and the self-confidence isn't there yet. Their self-talk is still putting them down. So you have to reframe this idea. You tell them that if you're at 100% of how good you can be at something. So I always bring it to hockey or basketball, or if you know this kid very well and you know their interests, you can bring it to them. And let's say it's hockey. And now everybody knows who Wayne Gretzky is, or anybody who knows hockey knows what Wayne Gretzky is. So if you're doing basketball, use Michael Jordan, or golf, Tiger Woods. And you say, how much better can they get? If they're almost nearly the best they can be right now, how much better can they get at the top? And the answer is not much higher. But at the bottom, when they were just starting or they didn't know anything, or where this child thinks they are, they have this entire runway to learn more. So you can tell them that there is such a long runway, that they have all of this learning experience that they can have, all of this growth that they have over these professionals who are in the best of their field. And that is something that I have seen lit up so many children's face, that they are now excited that they can go from here up here, as long as they tell themselves this is what they want and help identify them and make a plan with them. That's something that can really help them. Now, you really have to understand where it's coming from when these kids say this. If a kid is coming from a place of low self-worth, that's something not only should you try to work with them and get them excited about learning, but what's at the base of that? What's at where is that thought coming from? Where is that feeling coming from? And that's something that you, as a child care professional, assumedly watching this video, or someone with your kids, you want to cheer their victories, tell them they have so much more to experience, and make sure there is no roof. There is no, they can get here and then be happy with themselves. You have to make sure each step that they take increases their happiness, increases their self-worth. Their self-talk, ask them what they're doing. Ask them when if they're not smart, if they don't think they're smart enough. Ask them when they learn something new. Constantly get them to tell you and invite them to share with others. Begin the process of making their self-worth part of the journey into what they want to get better at. Again, if it's math, do some math questions with some friends. Teach them, maybe show the class. If it's basketball, show the class what they've learned. Make an entire basketball program about it. Your job as a child care professional is to include this into your programming, and sometimes just really target that feeling. And you can make an entire program for the entire class just out of that one piece of self-worth building activity you're doing with those kids. So that's my tip. That's my understanding of when a child says, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. Give them the only thing I know for sure is that I know nothing, and give them the runway ahead of them of how exciting it's going to be to get where they want to be. So thank you very much for joining me. That was The Brave Teacher. And again, thank you for joining me. 14 years in the field. Nothing is better. There is no job better. Have a lovely night. Goodbye.